No, I have started the recording. Okay, so HSK stands for these three words: honey, shaping, cow shape. So we will follow this course, and if we will completely follow this course, you will be able to learn Chinese language till the end, and you will be fluent in Chinese. Okay, so this is the standard course which is designed by the Chinese linguistics. So okay, now let's see what's there in the course. I have already shared the course book with you last night, and if you don't have, I will share it again. Okay. So in Chinese language, like if you want to master the language, you need to learn 5,000 words. Okay. There are just about 5,000 words which are most commonly used in Chinese language. Like okay. But in English, there are a lot many. Like according to my knowledge, if you want to master English language, you need to learn almost 60 to 70,000 words in English. But if you want to master Chinese language, you just need to learn these 5,000 words. Okay. 5,000 words. Okay. So these 5,000 words you don't need to learn at once. You just need to learn gradually. Like they have designed this course in certain levels. Like they have HSK1. This is Jiaocheng. Okay, Jiaocheng means course. Okay, course HSK1. So there are total 5 levels of Chinese language. Like sorry, 6 levels. 1, 2, 3, 4. The course number 4 has been divided into 2 parts, which is not an issue. 4, 5, 6. Okay. So totally they have 6 levels, and in each level they have distributed the words in certain quantity. Like if you will study HSK level 1, you just need to study these 150 words. Okay. You just need to study these 150 words. And like if you will go for HSK level 2, like if after completing your HSK level 1, if you will go for HSK level 2, this you just have to add one the total vocabulary you would be having would be 300 words. Like 150 you must have studied in HSK level 1, and 150 you will study in HSK level 2. So at the end of HSK level 2, you will have a vocabulary of 300 words. And like I am currently teaching you HSK level 1, so at the end of HSK level 1, you will be able to master 150 words, like the most commonly used words, the frequently used words, the words which are mostly used in Chinese language, like the pronouns. Like in English we have I, we, you, they, these kind of words, and also the verbs. So if you will complete this course, you will be able to learn all these words, and these words will be used till the end of the level. Like until HSK 6, you will always be using these words. Like if you know how to say I, how to say go, how I go to school. Okay. So definitely you use these words, okay, all the time. Like whether you are beginner or advanced in English, you use these words. I go to school. Okay. So to, go, I, these all are common words. So this is how gradually you increase your vocabulary. Like in HSK level 3, you study 300 words, and at the end of HSK level 3, your vocabulary is almost 600 words. And in HSK level 4, you study 600 words, and at the end of HSK level 4, you have a vocabulary of 1200 words, because in HSK level 3, you have studied 100, and HSK 4, you will study 600. So 600 plus 600 is 1200. So this is how you increase your vocabulary, and at the end of HSK level 6, you have a vocabulary of 5,000 words. Okay, so you don't need to study it at once. You just study it gradually in a systematic way. Okay. So okay, you can send me the question in the message section. I will try to answer these questions. Okay. Okay. So I was just talking about the vocabulary, that how many words do you need to study. So in HSK level 1, you just need to study 150 words, and these 150 words are very much less, I believe, and it's much easier for you to learn the meanings of these words. Like what are the meanings of these Chinese words? Okay. But since it's the beginner level, they have just placed these 150 words, and also you will learn how to recognize these words, like how to recognize these Chinese characters. Okay. Okay. And this is about the time, like how much time will it take to study these 150 words? How much time will it take to study these 150 words? Okay. So this will take around 30 to 34 hours. 30 to 34 hours to master these 150 words. Like if you want to complete this HSK level 1 course, it will take around 30 to 34 hours to complete this course. Okay. And for HSK level 2, you again need to invest 30 to 36 hours. And this is about the time duration. Like how much time do you need to invest while studying this course? If you want to study HSK level 6, you need to spend like 30 plus 30, 35, 75, 170, and 170. So you need to invest this amount of time in this amount of time. Okay. So we will follow this course to study this to study this language, and this is the official language. This is the official course, the standard course. Learn this language. Okay, okay. This is the English version of this table. Let me show you. I was just showing you the Chinese version of it. So there are total 6 levels: book 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, these 6 levels, and this is the vocabulary you will be studying, and this is the class hours, like the time of the amount of time you need to invest. Okay. So this table is there on page number 6.
Number 6.
You can have a notebook, and you can mark like the main points or the page number so that you could review it later. Okay, so this is the chapter number 1. Like as I have told you that we will study this HSK level 1 course, and in this course we will study all a total of 150 words. Okay, so these 150 words are comprised or distributed in 15 chapters of this HSK course book. So in this HSK level 1 course book, we have 15 chapters. Okay, so during our session, we will study these 15 chapters. Let me show you the name of the chapters. Okay, so this is the content of this book, and these are the chapter numbers 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, and these are the name of the lessons, like hello, thank you, what is your name, and these 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And then we have the total 15 chapters. So during our course, we will be studying these 15 chapters. Okay, and in this chapter, in all these chapters, you will be seeing some uh page number word phrases. So in each chapter, you will be studying some specific words, like you will be studying some words which are distributed among this course. So gradually you will be learning all these vocabulary like this. These are some of the words which you will study. These are some of the words or Chinese characters which you will study in each chapter. Like in first chapter, in chapter number 1, you will study these characters. In chapter number 2, you will study these Chinese characters, and in chapter number 3, you will be studying these Chinese characters. Okay, and these are some of the language points or some grammar points which you will study. Okay, so throughout the course, you will be studying some grammar points so that you could make some sentences. Like in English, you would be studying English. In English, we have studied tenses, like there were 12 tenses, and also we have studied active and passive voice and also the narration. So in Chinese, we don't have these tenses. Okay, so if you want to learn how to make sentences, you need to learn these grammar points. Okay, so in each chapter, you will be studying some grammar points so that you would be able to make some sentences, like how to make or create a sentence. Okay. And I would be explaining how to make sentences, and I would also be asking you to make some sentences. So in chapter number 1 and 2, there is no any grammar point, and you will not learn any grammar, or you will not learn how to make a sentence. You will just learn how to do some greetings or how to greet anyone. Okay, in chapter number 1, you will learn hello or how to greet anyone, and in chapter number 2, you will also learn some greetings. So in these two chapters, you will be learning some greetings, and we will consume almost 3 sessions or 3 classes to study these 2 chapters, like chapter number 1 and chapter number 2. We will finish in next 3 classes. Okay, next 3 classes. So this is the content of the book, and move further. Okay, so this is the chapter number 1 of this code book, but in each chapter, I have told you that you will see some vocabulary. So these are some of the vocabulary. I understand that it would be a little difficult for you to understand what's written there. All just you can see some of the English words, and you are so quick that you can easily recognize or easily can understand the meaning that what's written here. It's hello or that's okay. Okay. So since we have to study the language, and we have to study the language from the beginning, since we are not the native speaker, and like when we were a child, we did not know how to speak Chinese, and now we are just going to start. So we will study this language unlike the Chinese native speakers, unlike the Chinese native speakers. Okay. So the Chinese native speakers, they don't need to learn when they were child, they don't need to learn the phonics. Like when you were a child, you don't need to learn how to learn the alphabets of your language. Like if your native language is Urdu or English or whatever you or any other language, Hindi. Okay, so you don't need to learn the alphabet. You just need to learn your mother, your parents just would have taught you how to say a word. Like you just have learned like how to say the word water, how to say the word book or anything else. Okay, or the food. So you just learned these words by speaking. Okay, you did not I believe until the age of 3 or 4, you did not see any notebook or any book. So you learned all these words by listening to your parents, and just repeating the words. Okay, so you just learn these words in this way. Okay, so this is called language acquiring technology, language acquiring technique or technology technique. Okay, so this is how we acquire a language. When we are a child, we just learn how to acquire these language like this. Okay, so since we are not the native speakers of Chinese language, we will learn it systematically how through the alphabets. Okay, like when you were a child, you did not know how to spell the word which you are saying, which you are delivering. Okay, like you did not know how to spell the word water, but you were saying this all the time, water, water, water. Okay, so in the same way, we like unlike in that way, we will learn this language by learning the alphabets. Okay, so in English language, we don't. In Chinese language, we don't have any alphabets. We don't have any consonants or vowels. In Chinese language, we don't have any consonants or vowels. Okay, but in Chinese language, we have these initials and finals. In Chinese language, we have initials and finals. Okay, if you will see this table in chapter number 1, we will learn some initials, and the initials are written here, and also we will learn some finals. Okay, which are written in this table. I have already shared the file in the group. Okay, this PDF file. This is the code I shared. Okay, so in chapter number 1, we will learn some of the initials and some of the finals. The Chinese language has the course has, or the Chinese does not have any the consonants and the vowels, but we have initials and finals. So we will learn how to pronounce these. We will learn how to pronounce these initials and finals, so that it will give you a guess that what kind of sound do they give when they are read. Okay. So you don't right now you don't need to think about the characters. Uh, You don't need to see these characters, or you don't need to think about these characters, because the Chinese native, they all the time they see these kind of characters and they just know how to pronounce these words. Okay, so this is ni hao. This is ni hao. This is how they greet. But we will learn it by the system of pinyin. We will learn it by the system of pinyin. So first of all, we will learn the pinyins. Okay, so so we will study like in English we have alphabets, but in Chinese we don't have alphabets. Okay, we have Chinese characters. We have Chinese characters, and the characters I have been like, these are the characters. Okay, they draw these kind of strokes, these kind of lines, and this gives them a meaning. This gives them the meaning. Okay. So like what's written here, it's a little difficult to understand, or it's a little difficult to read. But for that they have developed a system of pinyin, so that the non-native speakers like us, who do not know how to read these characters, they have developed a system of pinyin. Pinyin. So in Chinese they don't have alphabets, rather they have characters. Okay, but to study those characters easily, we have some pinyins. Okay, we have some pinyins, and these pinyins are divided into initials and finals. So in today's class, we will study some of the initials and some of the finals, like the initials and the finals. Okay, so these are the initials and these are the finals. Okay, so you will be seeing that the sound, that the alphabet seems same like as we have in English, like B, P, M, F, D, T, N, L, G, K, H, J, Q, X. But in Chinese, they have some different sounds. Okay, in Chinese, they have some different sounds. And also you would be observing that it's I, U, but it's a U with an umlaut, ER. Okay, so you would be seeing that this is so simple, and you can easily read them. I believe you can read them, but the sound of these alphabets here, the sound of these initials is a little different, like very much different from that of alphabets there in English. Okay, so they don't have the same pronunciation, or they don't have the same sounds. So I will teach you how to read these initials. Okay, and I will like after I read, I will also request you to read it with me, so that you could acquire this language, and you could learn how to produce the sound, how to make this sound. So I'm going to read this one by one. Bo, this is bo, ho, mo, ho, bo, ho, mo, ho. Okay, so this is like bo, ho. So the sound is like this: bo, ho, mo, ho. Okay, and now I would ask you to read it with me. You can turn on your mic, and you can read it with me. I would like to listen. Or you just want to listen to me.
Bo,
Hmm.
ho,
Hmm. Mo,
mo,
ho,
ho.
ho. Read
Am
it.
I right, sir?
Yeah. Ho, po,
po,
ho,
Po.
mo,
po,
ho.
mo,
Okay. Now
po.
I'm going to read the second line. The second line is the, th, n, l, the, th, n, l. Okay. So now it's your turn to read. The, th,
The, the,
n-
no, lo.
the,
Do. To. No. Lo.
I'm going to read.
The, the, no, lo.
Now I'm going to read the third line. That is, wait. In Chinese, we write it like this: the, th, na, la. Okay, this e gives you the sound of the, th, na, la. That okay, and then we have k, k, g. Now g, h, h, and it's written in this way. Okay. So in the last line, you can see these three alphabets, and these are not J, Q, and X. The sound of these alphabets are G, C, C, G, G, C. So that Q gives you the sound of a G, not of a not of a Q. In English, we have the sound of this alphabet is like E, the same as that of K, but in Chinese, the sound it gives you the sound of a G, like CH. Okay, so these are the initials which we have studied, and we will use these initials like when we will learn the Chinese characters. This will help us to learn the meanings, to learn the sound of those characters. Okay, so I'm going to read it again. Po, ho, mo, po, the, th, n, l, g, kh, h, g, C, C. Okay. And you can also send me the sound of these alphabets by there in the group. You can send me the pronunciation, the sound, and if there would be any mistake, I will correct you. Okay. So now we are going to learn the finals. Okay. The final here in this table are a lot, and I'm just going to read it one by one. E, U, U. Okay, so this is a U with an umlaut. So in English, we have two different U's, two different U and this U. Okay, so this is E, U, this is U, and this is U. So when you will pronounce this U with an umlaut, you will feel a vibration in your mouth. Okay, you need to turn round your lips and then you need to pronounce this alphabet. And then we have r. Okay, so this is e, u, e, r, and in the second line we have ya, wa, a, ya, wa. So this is u and this is a. So u plus a becomes wa, u, a, u, and a combines together, and this gives you the sound of an wa, wa, and then we have o, o. So this is o, 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 o. So this o combines with this o, and this gives you the sound of an o, o. Okay. So this is o, o. You can also read it with me if you don't feel shy. Okay. And then we have so this is not an e. This is an e in English, but in Chinese this is okay. Uh, wait. So this e gives you the sound of an like in we have in uh China. In China. So this e gives you the sound of that in the same as we have in the word China. So this is e, e. This is e. This is not an I. This is e. In Chinese, we don't have I. We have e. Okay. So uh, this is e, and this is e, e, a, e, 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 and this is e, e plus this yue, 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 yue. Okay, and the time when you will pronounce this alphabet, these final, you will again feel the vibration in your mouth. So this is yue, and then we have I, this and I. This is E. Okay, and E will combine, and this gives you the sound of an I, 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 and then we have Y. This is U, and then I, U and I. It becomes Y, 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 and then we have A, and E combines together, and then they give you the sound of an A, and then we have this U, way, and way. Sometimes it is also written as like this. So all the time you will see it written in this way. We will omit this E when we will write the pen in. So this is way, and then we have ow. A plus O becomes ow, ow, and then we have yow. So these are some of the initials and finals which you have learned, and you have learned the sounds. Like whenever you will read a Chinese character, you will not read it in the way that you used to study. You used to pronounce it English. They have some specific sounds. So all the time you will pronounce these Chinese characters with these sounds. Okay, with these sounds. So these are some of the initials and finals, and then we have clear. Okay. So all the time you will see these kind of initials and finals, but not just these. You will also see these tones. Okay, tones. So Chinese language is a tonal. This is point number one. This is the language point number one of chapter number one, and now we are going to study the language point number two. Okay. So in language point number two, you will see the tone, four tones. So Chinese is a tonal language, and all the time you will see that if you will concentrate on the audio of Chinese language, you will see. Okay, you will see the rising and falling tones. Okay, so in Chinese you will see these four tones. So these are the four tones in Chinese language. Let me open a new book. Wait. Okay, so there are four tones in Chinese, and you need to learn these four tones. So the first tone is written in this way, and it goes straight. Okay, this is first tone. There are four tones. Like, let me read the point for you. There are four basic tones in Chinese, respectively called the first tone, that is 55. You know, you don't need to see these brackets. The first tone, the second tone, the third tone, and the fourth tone. They make difference in meaning. So if first you need to learn the tones. Like, this is the first tone, this is the first tone, and you will see this syllable. Like, every syllable you will see in Chinese language, you will see, wait, all the time you will see a syllable in Chinese language. It will comprise of two things.